Good Tuesday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to what's making news today, let's take a quick look outside our beautiful weather window on this early fall day and across north central Washington. A nice one as we take a look at Lake Wenatchee, and you can see Kaler Glen Golf Course just to the bottom of your screen. Yeah, still some golf weather out there with temperatures in the 50s. But boy, it's sure been a cold start to our day. And we did see some clouds rolling in this afternoon, and that could mean some rain overnight. But the good news as far as temperatures go, we will see a slow warm up as we get into the end of the week. In fact, I think by Friday in Wenatchee, we will see 60 and probably all the way up to about 62 as we get into Saturday. But more rain showers after that. We'll talk more weather coming up a little bit later on. And now some of the stories we're following for you tonight. Almost 92% of state workers have reached full vaccination for COVID-19. Representative Kim Schrier wants President Biden to issue an executive order on rapid COVID tests. And a former smoke shop worker pleaded guilty to conspiracy to sell cannabis on Monday and now must serve 60 days on electronic home monitoring. But first, our top story tonight. 4 new COVID-19 deaths have been reported in Chelan and Douglas counties and 9 additional deaths in Grant County. The Chelan-Douglas Health District said yesterday its latest deaths all were in September and included 2 Chelan County women, one in her 80s and the other in her 60s. A Chelan County man in his 40s and a Douglas County man in his 50s also had their deaths attributed to the virus. 2 of the people who died were unvaccinated, 1 partially vaccinated, and the other fully vaccinated. The 2 counties have now reported 115 COVID-19 related deaths. The Grant County Health District said its additional 9 deaths reported Monday also all occurred in September, with 8 involving people with underlying health conditions. 4 of those latest deaths were Soap Lake men, 1 in his 40s, 2 in their 60s, and another in his 80s. The health district said of the 9 latest deaths, 7 were people who were unvaccinated and 2 who were fully vaccinated. Both health districts delay the announcement of new COVID-19 deaths until the family has been fully notified and the death has been confirmed as COVID-19 caused on the death certificate. Grant County now has 176 confirmed COVID-19 deaths. Well, almost 92% of state workers have reached full vaccination for COVID-19 as required by the governor's mandate. The Office of Financial Management released figures yesterday showing the increase in vaccinations has been rapid since the governor announced the requirement back in August. The Department of Agriculture has the overall lowest rate of vaccination among large agencies at 79%, and the Department of Revenue the highest at almost 99%. Almost 4,200 religious exemptions have been approved for state workers, and 428 requests denied. 8th District Congressmember Kim Schrier wants President Biden to help make more at-home COVID-19 tests available. The Democrat sent a letter to Biden on Monday urging him to streamline the process by which the FDA approves new testing kits. She points out that only 3 at-home tests are approved for use in the U.S., compared to 34 in the United Kingdom and 36 in Germany. Schrier says expedited approval should be given for tests already available on the European markets. Well, a former smoke shop worker pleaded guilty to conspiracy to sell cannabis on Monday and now must serve 60 days on electronic home monitoring. 36-year-old Ahmed Sarameh was arrested in a sting operation in April of 2018, selling almost $800 worth of cannabis vape oil out of his SUV. Sarameh worked at Nazaman Tobacco in the Wenatchee Valley Mall and conducted the sales in the parking lot. Conspiracy to deliver cannabis is a Class C felony. The State Liquor and Cannabis Board revoked the tobacco shop's license over that incident. The store has since been licensed to a new owner. Well, coming up next, Wenatchee Valley College will receive a pilot grant this year to expand access to mental health services for students on its OMAC campus. Highway 2 will be closed late Friday as work continues on the West Kashmir Bridge replacement project. And Friday will be the last chance this year for the public to visit Omi Gardens before its seasonal closure. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
I'm Wenatchee School Board member Maria Iniguez, and I understand that your tax dollars fund public education in our district. That is why I'm holding the district accountable for every dollar spent and have supported a balanced budget, because every community member should know how the district is using funds to support student achievement while maintaining long-term fiscal sustainability. Vote to retain me, Maria Iniguez, for Wenatchee School Board Position 2.
Bring the whole family up to Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house in historic downtown Chelan. Applewood smoked brisket, street-style tacos, and our award-winning barbecue rubs and sauces. Our meals pair perfectly with our exciting lineup of craft ales, made right here in Chelan. We've got room for big groups, or give us a call for catering. So grab the kids and check out the fun at Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house located in the heart of Chelan.
Are you a take charge kind of person? Consider a career as a health unit coordinator. You'll work to keep health facilities running efficiently by coordinating medical providers, patients, and departments. The Charter College Certificate in Health Unit Coordinator program can get you up to speed on basic patient care, health records management, health and safety procedures, and medical billing. And the 10-month online program includes a computer you keep. Get started at chartercollege.edu, where we work to get you to work.
Welcome back. In another news, Wenatchee Valley College will receive a pilot grant this year to expand access to mental health services for students on its OMAC campus. The college is one of 4 Washington slated to receive $250,000 in state funds over the next 2 years. Wenatchee Valley College will hire a full-time faculty counselor and half-time college navigator, adding 1 to 2 days of counseling services at OMAC. The state grant program was approved by the Washington legislature during its 2021 session. Highway 2 will be closed late Friday as work continues on the West Kashmir Bridge replacement project. Chelan County says there will be a 1-lane bypass road at Hay Canyon for highway traffic. That'll be from 9:30 p.m. Friday until 5:30 a.m. on Saturday. A Washington State Patrol trooper will be on site to serve as the flagger at that bypass. Work on the bridge this week has included the continued replacement of girders over the Wenatchee River. The $25.5 million bridge currently under construction will replace a 91-year-old bridge that was deemed unsafe. Friday will be the last chance this year for the public to visit Omi Gardens before its seasonal closure. The popular gardens on Wenatchee's north edge reopened this spring after being closed all of 2020 because of the COVID-19 pandemic. There was one unscheduled closure this year on July 14th after the Red Apple fire briefly threatened Omi Gardens and Level 3 evacuation notices were issued. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's feature story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come right here on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Please stay with us.
A new novel is now available at Amazon.com. The title, Lost Treasure of the China Bar, details life on the Columbia River and Plateau during the 1800s. You ask, is the treasure still buried somewhere near Chelan? Find out by reading Lost Treasure of the China Bar.
Lost Treasure of the China Bar. Buy it on Amazon.com. $12.99 for paperback, $2.99 for Kindle. A great gift.
Traditional values and innovation in honoring the life of each family we serve is part of the ministry of Heritage Memorial Chapel. Our staff is committed to walk with your family with compassion through this time of grief. We are here to help and here to serve, the right kind of help when you need it most. Heritage Memorial Chapel.
At D.A. Davidson in Wenatchee, they believe your investment success begins with a personalized plan. A plan that is the roadmap you need to navigate your way to living your best years in retirement. D.A. Davidson can help you create a plan so you can take the time to enjoy the finer things in life. Let the financial advisors at D.A. Davidson help chart your retirement future today.
Counterplay inside, picking his way back to the 10, to the 5, into the...
High school sports is back, and NCWLIFE Channel's got you covered. Tune in for football, girls soccer, and volleyball right here. Thanks to our sponsors, Charter College, Confluence Health, Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, and Global Car Care. Follow all the action of high school sports on your local TV station, the NCWLIFE Channel.
14, they come back.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. While the rate of COVID-19 vaccination among healthcare workers continues to rise, hospitals could lose up to 5% of their workforce over resistance to vaccine mandates. Health workers statewide have until October 18th to become fully vaccinated, as Governor Jay Inslee has required in an executive order. However, in tonight's features story, a survey by the Washington State Hospital Association finds that health centers are likely to lose staff over that mandate.
The really good news is that there's been a significant increase in hospital worker vaccinations in the last couple of months. And so we are today really glad to be reporting that looks like at the moment we have an 88% vaccination rate statewide. There is variation in that. There are some places that have very high vaccination rates. UW Medicine, for example, is one that does. You can hear from Dr. Dillett about that. And some other places that have much lower vaccination rates. So there's about 12% of hospital staff across the state that are obviously not represented in that 88%. And so it's a mix of people. And some of those are partially vaccinated. So they've started their series. In order to be counted in the 88%, you have to be fully vaccinated, which means that by October 19th, you will have had 2 weeks past either your Johnson & Johnson shot or your second shot of Moderna or Pfizer. So some folks are moving down the path and they may be like a week behind in their vaccination rates. We saw that in New York and California where people got shots late in the time frame and then are now getting caught up. So we don't yet know the full impact of how many staff we will lose statewide. We think it's between 2 and 5% of hospital staff will not be able to work on October 19th, or maybe it could be a little bit later because we're going to, for folks who are partially vaccinated, who gets their shots this week, for example, I think hospitals are likely to put them on leave, not terminate them, and then have them be able to come back to work as soon as they finish their vaccination series. So we probably won't know the full impact of how many hospital staff are leaving because of the vaccine requirement until early November, maybe even mid-November. We do also know, so 2 to 5% is honestly better than many of us had thought might happen, but we also know that there will be services curtailed across the state. Staffing is tight in hospitals, so any loss of staff is a big deal. And there are some places with particularly low vaccination rates that will need to curtail services. There have been considerations of closing down or really limiting outpatient services, that there'll be longer wait times for services. We could see some caps in inpatient admissions. One hospital discussed whether they might need to close their dialysis units, some psychiatric units, et cetera. So I think hospitals are still sorting through what they might reduce or close.
Time now for a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope you had a great Tuesday. A lot like yesterday, wasn't it? Just a few more clouds out there today as we look up at beautiful Lake Wenatchee. And you can see a little bit of snow on the mountaintops up in Lake Wenatchee. It looks like a controlled burn out that way as well. And Where I'd like to be right now, right here, Kaler Glen Golf Course. Yeah, it was a little cool out there today, but still wouldn't have been a bad day to golf at all. Unofficially, high temperature in the Wenatchee Valley today. Wow, only 54 degrees. I'll tell you what, it was a cool one all day long. That's well below where we should be at 63 degrees. Our record high on this date, 1979, and that was 77 degrees. This morning, we didn't get to the freezing mark, so we still haven't officially reached that 32 degrees in Wenatchee, although areas around our viewing area, Moses Lake, 29 this morning, up in the Methow Valley. I heard temperatures there, 20 to 25 degrees, but not yet here in the Wenatchee Valley. Our normal low, by the way, is 43 degrees for this time of year, and our record low, 29, and that was set back in 2009. Sunrise this morning is at 7:16, and the sun will set this evening at 6:18. Let's take a look at your Hump Day Wednesday forecast, and you think today was cool? Get used to it. Tomorrow, just as cool. In fact, maybe even cooler in some locations. 54s, though, just about all across our forecast area. Moses Lake, Ephrata, Quincy, Wenatchee, all 54 tomorrow. Cashmere as well. Lake Wenatchee, how about that tomorrow? Only 47 for a high temperature and 54 degrees as well over in Lake Chelan. As we take a look at what's going to happen over the next week or so, tonight we can expect cloudy skies. There is a storm system and frontal boundary right here ready to move in on us. This is about 11 o'clock tonight, but as we get into about 1 or 2 this morning, there we have it. And I think that might be even better than a 40% chance that the Weather Service put on for tonight. By the time we get into Wednesday, mostly cloudy skies. We just talked about those very cool temperatures. In fact, unseasonably cool. Highs tomorrow only in the mid-50s. Look at all the 30s across the Rockies for highs on Wednesday. And then as we get you into Thursday, we're going to stay with those mostly cloudy skies. One storm system will move through. Another will begin to move our way. And by Friday, lots of cloudiness. We'll see a 20% chance of just hit and miss rain showers for Friday. I think most of that activity will stay on the west side of the Cascades. The good news, a little bit warmer. High temperatures Friday near 60, and then by Saturday, mostly cloudy. Here's that good shot of rain. In fact, this color, the green color, indicates heavy downpours, and we can see that in some locations Saturday. But look at the highs into the lower 60s, so it won't feel too bad. And then by Sunday, boy, here it comes. 7 a.m. This is about noon or so. Showers statewide, and as even we get you into about 8 p.m. on Sunday, still a good chance for rain throughout north central Washington. Things dry out and the sun comes back out on Monday with mostly sunny skies. It will remain cool, though, with high temperatures at the end of our forecast. Once again, back down into the upper 50s. To take a look now at your 7-day forecast. Tonight, 37 degrees, so we're going to stay in the 30s for a couple of days. Mostly cloudy and chilly tomorrow and 54. Cool for Thursday and 57. Kind of a mini warm-up as a weak ridge moves in Friday and Saturday, but our chance for rain continues to go up too. 60 Friday, 62 Saturday. We will see a 60% chance of rain on Sunday and 59, and then we'll dry out on Monday with mostly sunny skies. High temperature then of 58 degrees. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
I'm John Divis from Wenatchee Dental Arts, and I like to think myself as a comprehensive dentist. We are an office that treats people comprehensively for their dental problems. We do a lot of general dentistry in a broad sense. We don't send everything out. Things that we have the ability to do in the office, we like to keep in the office and under one roof and keep things as complication-free as possible. You can come to one place and have all their dental needs taken care of.
What is home? A place to gather, a place to grow, provide shelter for the ones we love, eat, drink, restore, build trust. It's a place to rest when the workday is done, a place to find quiet after a night of good fun. What an honor we have at Guild to help own, finance, create, pave the way to live in home.
With TV advertising, what we want to do is more deeply connect with the community.
People spot me in different parts around North Central, Costco and Wenatchee, say, hey, you're the pizza guy. And so they wouldn't know that if it weren't for the TV commercials we've done.
We've been here so long that people already know who we are and what we do, but to have that image flash on their television screen as opposed to just hearing it in the radio or seeing it in the newspaper, I just love the fact that we can actually put our finger on when a customer comes in and says, I saw your ad.
It's becoming increasingly difficult in this digital age to know where are your customers listening or watching, because I watch all the different channels that they watch too, like Cooking Channel, History Channel, and so it was wonderful to be able to be on there.
I would say that if you want to do business in Wenatchee, then you should connect with the people of Wenatchee, and there's no better way to do that than with NCWLIFE.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy Tuesday to you. The drama of postseason baseball continued Monday, and the long ball was certainly center stage. Boston headed to the American League Championship Series after beating Tampa Bay 6-5 in walk-off fashion thanks to Kiki Hernandez.
On an 0-1 pitch, Hernandez lifts one to left center field. It is pulled in by Meadows. Here comes Santana. The Red Sox head to the championship series. Take the title, a new Mr. October. 9 hits, and the sacrifice fly that sends the Boston Red Sox to the American League Championship Series.
You'd think he hit a home run. No, it was just a sac fly. Of course, it was Rafael Devers' 3-run home run that helped put Boston in a place to win in the first place. Earlier in the day, Atlanta took a 2-1 lead in its National League Division Series with Milwaukee thanks to a shot by Jock Peterson.
To right field. Garcia going back, looking up, it is gone! A blast, pitch hit, 3-run home run for Jock Peterson, and the Atlanta Braves are on top 3-0. His second pinch hit home run of this NLDS.
And the only run scored in the finale last night at Dodger Stadium was by San Francisco and Evan Longoria.
Evan Longoria will start it for the Giants. Max Scherzer back to work as we go to the 5th inning. Fly ball left field, hit pretty well. Back on it is Pollock. This ball's carrying, and this ball is gone! Evan Longoria puts the Giants on top. First hit of the postseason this year for Longoria. He touches them all, and the Giants, a team that led the National League in homers this year, get a big hit and homer from Longoria.
Houston and Chicago were rained out, so they made up their game this morning, and it looked like the Houston Astros going to advance to the ALDS as well. Braves make that the ALCS. Braves trying to put Milwaukee away in Atlanta. LA, meanwhile, is trying to stay alive tonight against San Francisco. Well, the big question about Russell Wilson's return pretty much remains unanswered today after Pete Carroll met with reporters on Monday.
Russ had a very successful surgery, and we're really happy with all of the reports, and we don't have any timelines for you at all right now. So then that's all you want to hear. But we don't have anything like that. But he's in really good spirits and really active today, as much as he can be around us and all that, and really happy for the results of the initial part of it. We haven't seen very many doctors that ever say, well, it didn't go that well, but no, he went to a great doc and great setup and all that, and it seems like he really maxed out what he could possibly get done.
Now, Carroll says until Wilson returns, Geno Smith will be their man, and he's expecting the 10-year vet to get the job done.
He's been through everything that we've done. He's gone every step of the way with Russ. They have been, just shoulder to shoulder through all of the process. He's been a great help for Russ. He's been a great sounding board for Russ. He's just been an asset, and So, and what he's done also, he is prepared to play every single week we've ever been out here. He's always been prepared to go, always worked really hard at it, knew how important that it was to do that, and embraced the opportunity and the role of it, and did, and you can see, look how sharp he was, for jumping in there. He was prepared.
Seahawks travel to Pittsburgh Sunday night to take on the Steelers in their next outing. Turning to the local Les Schwab scoreboard from Monday, first of all on the pitch in girls soccer, Bridgeport edged Okanagan 3-2. Tenasket topped Liberty Bell 1-0. In prep volleyball last night, Cashmere shut out Quincy in 3 sets. Entiat topped Riverside Christian 3-0. And Waterville Mansfield earned a 3-1 win over Moses Lake Christian. Well, turning to the schedule today, first of all in soccer, early games, Cashmere at Omak, Bridgeport hosting Pateras, Manson traveling to Tenasket, Chelan hosting Cascade, Okanagan in Brewster. Quincy plays host to Warden as well. Ephrata entertains Ellensburg. Then tonight, battle for the top spot in the Big Nine, Eastmont playing at Moses Lake. Panthers are on the road at Eisenhower. Also very busy on the volleyball courts in North Central Washington tonight. The early matches have Bridgeport at Wilson Creek, while Entiat travels to Easton. Chelan's hosting Cascade, while Cashmere plays at Omak. Brewster hosts Tenasket. Cascade Christian is at Soap Lake, and Manson hosts Liberty Bell. 7 o'clock games tonight have Wenatchee at Eisenhower. Ephrata hosts East Valley of Yakima, and Pateras is at Moses Lake Christian. Eastmont was supposed to play Moses Lake tonight, but that match was postponed due to COVID in the Chiefs program. Well, while the Wenatchee Wild get their skates under them in Canada to start the season, the radio voice is regaining his strength back home. Art Checker was seriously hurt in a rollover crash in June and spent 3 months in the hospital. While he's back home recovering, Sean Ziers has been hired to fill in, providing radio play-by-play for the Wild. Ziers joined Dan Koontz via Skype on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley and says hard part is calling games from his home in Illinois.
Definitely a lot of help from the broadcasters throughout the BCHL. I know that they've been so receptive to me and reaching out and doing whatever they can. In fact, up in Penticton, it was very easy to get a lineup sheet from them because normally about 20 or 25 minutes before the game, you typically know what the starting lineups are going to be. Well, in this case, you really don't because, one, I'm not at the arena, so I can't have an off-ice official give me any sheets. I have to rely on everybody else. So, the modern technology, thank goodness, is allowing this to happen because about 10 or 15 years ago, we wouldn't be talking about this. But it's just a lot of help from a lot of people and very grateful for all that help that I'm getting right now.
Ziers will be on the call Saturday when the Wild play at Trail in their second game of the BCHL season. Well, staying on the ice, the Seattle Kraken make history tonight with their inaugural game in the National Hockey League. They'll drop the puck in Las Vegas against the Golden Knights at 7 o'clock. That on ESPN. Go Kraken. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Grandstrom. Grant, back to you.
And thank you very much, Eric. And a nice story as we leave you tonight. A group of Wenatchee School District bus drivers attended Pasco's bus caravan this past Saturday to honor Richard Lenhart, a Pasco driver that was killed while transporting students home recently. Over 100 vehicles participated, including first responders and school buses from districts around the region. School officials say it was important to the Wenatchee School District transportation team to be there and show their support for the Pasco transportation family. Nice story. Now let's check in with Dan Koontz for a look at what's coming up tomorrow morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Dan?
Thanks, Grant. Join me for a Hump Day edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll have your latest news, your latest weather forecast, your latest sports, including highlights of today's Major League Baseball Divisional Series playoffs. Are the Dodgers going to live to see another day, Grant? He's a Dodger fan. We'll have highlights tomorrow, win, lose, or draw between the Giants and the Dodgers, and everything else you need to start your Wednesday. We invite you to join us here. We're live, we're local, it's Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Studio 4, 7 a.m. tomorrow. Grant, back to you.
I'm open, Dan. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at NCWLIFE.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@NCWLIFE.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us and have a great night.